Recording live from the Northeast Georgia Business RadioX studio, this is Northeast Georgia Business Radio presented by Regions Bank. Start building your financial confidence at Regions Bank. Member FDIC and equal housing member. Welcome back, folks, to another exciting edition of Northeast Georgia Business Radio. I'm your host, Tom Sheldon, and yeah, we're coming to you live from the beautiful Empower College and Career Center of Jackson County. I have with me yet another great guest. Good guy. Have with me today Zane Jackson from the Zane Jackson Agency, Alfa Insurance. Zane, welcome to the Northeast studio.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm glad to be on the show.
How are you, brother?
I'm doing good. Glad to be here.
Insurance, man, that's you.
It is. Something that a lot of people hate to talk about, but everyone needs.
I do, I know. Insurance poor, man.
Yes, you're right about that.
Insurance poor. Enough about insurance. No, we'll get back to it eventually. I got to know about you. First of all, your agency is located in Houston.
Yes, sir, it is.
Houston, GA.
If you go to downtown Houston, you can't miss it.
Really?
You can't.
Are you jumping out in front of people on Highway 53 with giant signs making them turn?
I might need to.
Hey, I don't know. I wouldn't blame you for trying.
The traffic there, it might just be standstill anyways.
Yeah, if you just sold water for like a dime, or something, and here's my card.
Pass out sheets for a quote because everybody's in standstill traffic now over there. So.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Where in Houston are you, though? You are on 53.
I am, yes, sir. I'm next block, next to downtown.
Okay.
Used to be an accounting firm there, so a lot of people still come in to give me money for their accounting.
They still want their taxes done.
They do, and I walk them down the road, right in the center of the square now to the new location.
The new location.
Yes, sir.
I got you. Hey, but before you got into insurance, like a year ago, man, you're relatively new into insurance, correct?
I am.
But like a year ago, you were deployed, were you not?
I was. So I was on a rotation to Eastern Europe, actually.
U.S. Army.
Yes, sir. I was a United States Army officer. Actually just got out May 26th.
Of this year?
Of this year. So.
Wow. We're not supposed to date a podcast, folks, but that's less than 4 months ago. Actually, no, that's right at 3 months ago.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to civilian life or something. I don't know.
It's definitely been an interesting transition, but it's been nice to be at home with the family. So
I bet. Now we have a family. You say family.
Wife and one dog. So some people say that's a child, but
that is a child.
It is.
You're looking at someone that would quickly say that.
And I actually got the child or the dog while I was on the rotation in Europe is when I found out my wife found him.
Oh,
so
wow.
Came back from Europe, spent most of my first year of marriage deployed, and then came back from Europe and had an Australian Shepherd. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
Now, you live locally?
I am living in Gainesville right now.
Okay.
And that's part of the reason why I'm even here.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
You introduce stuff I have to know about.
Went to college at Wofford College with a guy who is...
Is it Wofford?
Wofford.
I've said it wrong all these years. It's Wofford.
Yeah, Wofford.
Sorry.
Wofford Terriers. Knew a local business owner in Gainesville. Guy I went to college with. Even though we were college buddies, he's really more of a mentor. And he's the one who told me about this great area of Georgia. Mm-hmm. I was down in southeast Georgia at Fort Stewart, so I've lived in Georgia the past almost 5 years. It was really him that convinced me to move to this area.
To the Northeast.
Mm-hmm.
It is a great area.
It is.
And she's growing, man.
Mm-hmm. It is.
So how long have you been married?
I've been married just about a year and a half.
Year and a half.
So the first year of marriage, though, gone. So we don't even almost count that. So
Right. You weren't around, man.
We're still making up for lost time from that.
You said Eastern Europe.
Eastern Europe. I was in Poland.
You were in Poland.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that is Eastern, yeah.
So we...
it's cold up there, isn't it?
It is. It is.
I'm glad you were there, not me.
Yeah, we did spend the first few months in Germany, so that was good. A little bit better there.
The motherland for some of us. Did you go into the service out of school?
I did. So the Army actually helped pay for my college.
Nice.
I didn't have the opportunity to really go to school, and then the Army gave me a scholarship. And so even though Wofford was free, and a little shout out to Wofford as well for those who probably need to hear this, Wofford will give free room and board and free meals if you're on scholarship from the Army.
Nice.
Your children or family members can go to Wofford for free with a scholarship from the Army.
They can stay there, too.
Stay there and eat.
Wow.
Every single day for free.
Feeding a college kid, that's scary.
It is. It gets expensive, especially nowadays.
All right, so we left the Army. You're still a young man.
Mm-hmm. I am.
What were you in for 4 years, 6 years?
4 years.
4 years. Mm-hmm. You are a young man. That's all right. Why insurance? I got to ask, okay, let me ask, what's your degree in? You got a degree. You did the work.
So my degree is in international politics.
And you're selling insurance.
I am. So
I hear you, man.
I did international politics because that's what interested me. That's what allowed me to still go to class and want to be there pretty much in college.
Well, there's some truth in that.
And, it was what I was passionate about. And I used it in the Army because, well, really foreign relations is what I needed to know as being in a leadership position in the Army. But insurance, I would like to say to a lot of people, it's, my grandfather, he was in the insurance business.
Oh, okay. There's a little background there.
A little background. And my mother-in-law, so she's actually in the insurance industry still. Different company. I remember sitting in a tent in Poland. An opportunity came up to own an agency, and I'd always wanted to own my own business and run my own thing. At the time, I was an executive officer of a company, an Army company. So I was second command of company of, at the time, 190 soldiers, and that had kind of taught me how to handle the stress and be able to operate a company and grow a team and build a team, and that's what I've always wanted to do. I was talking with different mentors of mine, and they recommended Alfa as that because Alfa's expansion into Georgia, but allowing the opportunity for someone like me to own my own business and to finance it and help me out. So that's what they do, and they are doing that currently for people that are looking to get into this industry. You can apply and own your own agency and your own book of business.
Oh, wow.
It's a great deal, and they're very supportive of that.
Alfa's coming into Georgia. They're expanding into Georgia.
They are.
Is that an oddity right now? I hear horror stories of insurance companies saying, we're done with this state or that state, and off they go.
The insurance industry is not doing well in Georgia, for sure. Alfa, they expanded into Georgia, I think, in the 1970s. Alabama Farm Bureau rebranded in the 1970s Alfa, expanded into Mississippi and Georgia. The way that they started that expansion, and even today even more, is these are all independent agencies. We take on the overhead as agency owners. They finance for a certain amount of time, whereas in Alabama, they still have the, what we call, or in this state, Georgia Farm Bureau model. It was one of the ways that they've still been successful and been able to grow, but another one is they've adapted to the industry very well. When I say that, they have now gotten into more commercial policies, small business owners, medium-sized business owner policies because of that, and their brokerage accounts as well. If you go to some insurance agencies, if you don't qualify for that plan or that insurance policy, they have to send you down the road. Whereas with me, even though, let's say Alfa, you don't qualify for, Alfa's too much. And I don't want to sell someone a product where they're going to lose money, especially now when money's tight. We sell Progressive and every single or 20, 30 different companies for every single situation. It doesn't matter who it is or what you're looking for. There's a company that sells it, and every company we deal with is an A-rated company. So it's a reliable company. We're not going to sell you a bad product. What I like to tell people too is even though you're not getting Alfa and everything that we promote with Alfa, I will still be your agent. I'll still be your point of contact. So if you're a Progressive customer now, if you ever have any issues, you call me. You don't have to call that 1-800 line and sit on hold for 30 minutes.
And talk to someone on the other side of the world.
Yes. That is, I think, why Alfa's done well is adapting to the current situations that are happening, and also willing to take the risk and get a customer that, maybe this business usually wouldn't be thought of as an Alfa customer, just because of the higher risk, but because that they've worked with different companies, we're able to bring that person on as a customer to make sure that they're insured with an agent they want to be insured with.
You mentioned real quick, they've adapted. Alfa's adapted. Are regulations changing often? Or is it just more of the customer's need adapting?
I think the adaptation has been really with the risk they're willing to take. I can only speak for what I've seen with Alfa, but from what I've heard is they're willing to take more risk, and a big push has been commercial. I think today it's very tough in the market with homeowners and auto policies, just because depending on where you are in the state will greatly affect, and even more so, a lot of insurance companies have gone to a system where they will rate you based on even the zip code you're in. Let's say same person owns the same size house, same priced house in Gwinnett County, and then Jackson County, that price is going to be significantly different, even though they could be, 5 minutes apart, 10 minutes apart.
That drastic. I hear you. Let me guess, Jackson County's better.
Just a little bit.
Of course it is. Oh, that's a lot better. Oh, it's a lot better. Okay, we're going to take a break on that note. I'll get on the soapbox, but that's my job. Folks, we'll be right back with you. One of our great community partners is Leads Near Me, your digital marketing agency for auto repair. Known for their ability to effortlessly increase car count, Leads Near Me combines years of experience, proprietary Google ads, and a thirst for getting better every day, helping auto repair companies grow their shops. Visit Leads Near Me, that's Leads with an A, nearme.com. And while you're at it, visit our new website, negabrx.com, to see all our great community partners. Zane, you still there?
I am.
Sweet, man. Hey, what were we talking about? We were talking about you being in the service.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a four-legged baby.
I do.
Only one, though.
Only one.
You know, if you'd have been overseas for like 2 years.
I might have got another.
Probably.
Just
things work. That's how things work.
No, and if you come to the office, you will most likely see him.
Oh, really?
You will.
He travels with Dad.
He does. And
sweet.
He stares out the window and greets every customer.
Perfect.
So
I like that. That's cool. Alfa Insurance. That is who technically you're with.
Mm-hmm.
Alfa is, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but like family first or something.
It is. So our core values are faith, family, community, and integrity. Part of the reason why I joined Alfa.
Is it? Yeah.
It is because they promote that. And you see it in Alabama. And the biggest thing is I want to show this community that Alfa, who Alfa is and what Alfa is. And that is a community-based insurance agency where you know your agent at a personal level. They're there for you. You know, my customers, even today, they email me, they'll text me, business cell phone number, and will be available to them. I hear time and time again when people call or come in the office now, I don't even know who my agent is. I can't get a hold of my agent. I've waited a week. And that's, across the board, regardless of what carrier or whatever it may be. And that's the opposite approach of what I want to be in this town.
Well, it's kind of scary.
It is.
I really need these questions answered, and I can't get anyone to answer them.
Mm-hmm. And
that's frustrating, too.
It's like what we just talked out before the show. The insurance agents I had, I knew personally. I trusted them. I could text them and call them. I actually bought a truck when I was in Poland. My wife was at the dealership, needed proof of insurance. Call my agent that I know personally. He had it taken care of in 10 minutes while it was 2 a.m. in Poland. Nice. And that's the kind of relationship I want to have with my customers, where they can do that if they need me.
You think that's just a dying breed? I think it is.
I think it is. It definitely is. And I think that has to do with, technology, even sometimes too as well. People get so reliant on not speaking with others and having that personal relationship as much.
Yeah, because you can go online and get a policy for almost anything.
You can. And you can really go on a website and it will give you 10 different quotes from 10 different companies and you find the cheapest thing there. But also too, it's like when I talk to friends, even that aren't necessarily customers, I look at their policies and I'm like, hey, do you know what this means? Is your roof actually covered at replacement costs? I don't know.
Huh? What? What? Sure it is. Well, hey, that's the easy part. Spending money, no matter what you're doing, good or bad, spending money is always the easy part.
It is.
So click here, boom, put the credit card information in, I have insurance. But then when the problem occurs.
And you find out that company might not cover that,
I should have clicked a couple more things.
Exactly. Having someone to sit there and explain that, but also a lot of these insurance companies in general, they offer a lot more endorsements or things to add on there that could cover you or your family or your property even more that are just unknown or not mentioned, especially going through these websites. And the big thing too I like to say about Alfa and I promote about Alfa is the claims. And one of the things is I always feel confident when I sell my customer a product that they're going to be covered. I know that we have a team that backs us up with the claims department. If a customer has a problem, get in contact with the claims adjuster. I can find that cell phone number for that person, get in contact with them. Or it really makes my job easier.
Imagine it does.
It does, because I have full confidence when people ask me, is this going to be covered? Am I going to be okay? And I can say yes. Mm-hmm. I can look them in the eye and say yes.
With certainty, you can say yes.
Yes, sir.
Or even no, depending on the question, I guess.
Yes.
Well, I can imagine for an insurance agent, it's hard to give an answer either way if they don't know.
Yes. And
that's a problem.
It is. And part of the job that, Alfa likes to instill in us, even from the beginning, was, hey, yes, we're selling a product and we're covering people from and protecting families and individuals and their property, but we're also educating people as well.
Important.
Because there is there's a lot of people that don't know a lot about insurance, and I know I didn't until I got into this industry.
It's just not our job.
No, not at all.
I mean, it's not.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Until you really have to use it.
Yes.
That's you get the quick education.
And that's why I would recommend to most people, I would pay a little bit extra money if that meant I trusted the agent and the person giving me the information.
Oh, absolutely. No, we're going to do business with someone we know, we like, we trust. Now, that's not always the case because clicking here and clicking there is so easy, honestly. And if the internet connection's still there, boom, it works. But it doesn't mean it's the best thing.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about the future, man. You are a young man.
I am 26 years old.
You are a young man. We're going to have, 6, 8 more dogs maybe?
Maybe.
I'm kidding.
A few kids in a few years, who knows?
I hear you.
I'm excited to be here, and I'm here to be involved in the community, to grow with the community, and establish my roots for myself and my family here. I plan on being here for the next 20, 25 years with the business.
Wow, you're going to be like old. You're going to be like me.
I know.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. They'll have me run off by then.
Yeah, but
you don't have to agree with that. But.
I plan on hiring my first employee here in the next month.
Oh wow! Good luck with that.
So that's been interesting. Just finished interviews and that whole process, and hopefully maybe even 2 employees by Christmas if
that's ambitious.
If I'm lucky.
That's ambitious.
So
I like it.
I like to we'll set that expectation for now, but we'll give it a month or 2 after this first employee comes onto the team. So
you're not really a business owner until you have employees.
Exactly. And I don't like sitting in that agency by myself either. I like to be around people.
Well, that's what you got the
build
pup
a team
for, though. You're hanging out with the pup all day, and
he's got me through the last few months. First few months.
I bet he has. So. I bet he has. All right, man. Before we get out of here, what else do the people need to know about Zane Jackson?
Well, what I would like to tell everyone in this community as well, if they're looking for an agent that wants to do right by them when it comes to insurance, when it comes to that trustworthy approach we were talking about earlier. I'm someone that I want to build that trusting relationship. I want to be there with them. If something bad happens, be there for them, and also try to educate them if they have any questions. And that's what I want to try to do for this community is really just take care of people is the biggest thing for me. Just like I took care of soldiers in the Army and try to do best by the soldiers in the United States Army, I want to do best by the citizens here in this community.
Nicely said, sir. You're a member of Jackson County Chamber now.
I am.
Congratulations on that.
Thank
Great
you.
group of people.
It is.
You got a website?
I do. If you look up Alfa Insurance Zane Jackson Agency, I will come up immediately. Now, it might say a Cartersville address for now, but that's changing. I'm not in Cartersville, I promise.
You're in Jefferson right now, but I'm just saying. Any social media?
I do. I have a Facebook and a Instagram as well.
We got to get you on LinkedIn, brother.
I know.
Peer pressure.
The times.
A lot of LinkedIn coming out of this studio.
There is.
Did I say that right? I don't even know. Folks, all you got to do is Google Zane Jackson, Alfa Insurance, and boom, there he is.
I have everything on my website, too.
I stalk all my guests. So it's my job. Well, brother, if we got it in, we'll get out of here early today.
Oh, wow.
Is that cool? Are you done for the day?
Unfortunately not.
Oh. That working everyday thing. Ugh.
It's not fun.
No, it's not. I suggest opening up a podcast studio.
Exactly.
You basically never, ever work. At least they tell me. Zane, thanks for coming in, brother.
Thank you for having me.
Zane Jackson, Alfa Insurance, his own agency. Seriously, Google Zane Jackson, and boom, he will be there. I'm Tom Sheldon. We'll talk to you soon.
Savings goals keeping you up at night? Let a Regions banker help you build a Regions Green Print plan, a free financial roadmap personalized for what matters to you. Start building your financial confidence. Visit Regions.com to find a branch near you. Regions Bank, member FDIC.